effects in Battlefield Earth are out of this world. The summer movie season starts with a bang. John Travolta is the new face of evil. Battlefield Earth, rated PG-13, starts this Friday.
Well, that took longer than I wanted it to, but hey, we're here. Episode 2, Island Time. Let's go.
All right, let's go.
That's what I say. I say let's go whenever I need to do something.
Let's go. What's our company again?
Well,
It's your company.
it's my company, Political Journalism, right here, presents Island Time. I mean, the theme song, that was already presented, but I'll just do that in the edit. But, yeah.
So, Political Journalism presents Island Time in Coach Vitz's dugout.
And Coach in the dugout, live from the dugout.
That's right.
So,
right.
What's the topic you wanted to bring up first?
No, that's later. So,
all right. Well, I'll bring up the first topic I had in my head. It says we had a good pizza talk last episode. Now I have a inquiry for you. All right. So, hypothetical, like what? You're on a road trip. You're hungry. You have a choice of any establishment. No matter, it could be takeout, it could be drive-through, could be sit down. What is the ideal fast food place that you would go to on a road trip?
That's hard because if you're on a road trip, it's just different, whatever you're feeling. But if you're like, hey, what's the go-to in all moods, it will always work? Del Taco.
Del Taco.
Del Taco's awesome.
Why? Explain.
Well, first, they have Diet Coke.
Okay.
Which most of them do. The Pepsi just eliminates Taco Bell, really. Second, they have a variety of Mexican foods that's good. Burritos, tacos, salads.
Salads at Del Taco is good.
Yeah, they got a taco salad. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
And then, and if you have to, you can go burger, fries, chili fries. So... And their fries are pretty good. The burgers are good. If I want a burger, I don't go there. But if there's one place, they also have breakfast. So
yeah, aren't the breakfast burritos at Del Taco like pretty solid?
they're okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean the eggs and cheese is all right. I get the egg and cheese burrito, and I ask them to add beans, and then I get extra cheese. So I know how to order well. Their taco sauce is really good. So it's a good all-around place. But obviously, if you want the best fast food, the A+, I wouldn't put Del Taco in the A category. I'd put Del Taco in the B to B+ category. The A categories are usually pretty specific. Like In-N-Out's obviously an A.
Yeah, that's an A.
They're burgers and fries, period. Diet Coke, good. Chick-fil-A, A.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just chicken. Their fries aren't very good, but their chicken's so good that they're
Chick-fil-A's
an A.
fries aren't good.
They're
What?
not good.
I like the diversity of the waffle fries. I feel like not only one, it's different from the rest, like, steak fries or shoestring fries. Two, I mean, I don't know. Now that I'm thinking about it, it's kind of a double-edged sword when it comes to Chick-fil-A fries because one, it's cool, it's diverse, it's a different fry that you have. Because waffle fries are pretty good, but on the other hand, because their individual fries are bigger, that means you get less quantity of fries in your order, and you can kind of get I was gonna say gypped, but
Yeah, gypped is good.
but you can't say gypped anymore because gypsy.
Oh, so it's politically incorrect. We're gonna offend people.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go for gypped. I think gypped is okay. Do not censor gypped.
all right, I'll keep gypped in.
No censoring gypped.
We're showing our true colors in
Fuck
this
them
episode.
if they're gonna try to censor us from saying gypped.
Free speech.
We'll get into the fry. That's actually my subject.
Yeah,
Is
best fries.
Yeah, so we'll talk about that.
Oh, that's
later.
good transition.
It is. So we'll do that later. But those are the two A's. There really is no other A for fast food. Del Taco is the next step down. They're on the second tier. They may be by themselves. So if I'm on a road trip, I mean, In-N-Out always works. And Chick-fil-A is okay. You got to be in the mood for Chick-fil-A. And there's, again, not much variety, though. But Del Taco can satisfy. If we're on a road trip, got a bunch of people in the car, I mean, Del Taco satisfies every customer, including You know, my best friend, Jed,
Shout out.
is he's a vegetarian.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't know
So In-N-Out doesn't really work. I mean, he could go grilled cheese and fries, but that doesn't satisfy him. But he can go bean burrito or 7-layer burrito at the Del Taco, and he's fine. Chick-fil-A, again, what's he going to get at Chick-fil-A? Fries.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
it.
I mean, that's for every kind of establishment. I mean, there's not a lot of fast food places that
That's what I'm saying.
yeah.
The Del Taco gets everybody. You want a burger, you can get it. You want burrito, you can get it. Vegetarian, 7-layer burrito, bean burrito, you're okay.
yeah.
Quesadilla.
Del Taco has kind of been, from what I've been hearing, my friends too, they've been raving about how good Del Taco is.
really
There's
good.
a lot of items, like, fish tacos too. Apparently,
Fish
it's really good.
tacos, yeah.
And their iced coffee is apparently like really good.
Don't do coffee, but yeah, they got it.
Apparently, I've had it once before. It wasn't. I was like, okay, what are you talking about? But then my friend's like, it's actually really like on the other days it's hidden.
And it's also not $10,000.
That's true. They have good prices.
I mean, if you drive by, if you want to segue to driving by fast food place in general, we can do what's best fast food overall later. But if you drive by fast food places, In-N-Out, line down the street, and
Yeah.
no one minds because it doesn't take that long.
Yeah.
Chick-fil-A, line down the street.
Uh-huh.
Carl's Jr., empty.
Segue though, I was just on the phone with my friend earlier, and we are talking about Carl's Jr. And then he said what you said last episode was like, oh, Carl's Jr. They just like rank up the prices, and we were talking about like price. I was like, how much is a double Western cheeseburger now? So he looked it up for a combo.
$8.
For a combo, guess how much?
Oh, including the soda, it's 12 or 13 at least.
$16
Jesus.
for a medium.
Well, I know. You tried buying Carl's Jr., by the way, if you're on the East Coast.
Hardee's.
That's right. But yeah, it used to be Carl's Jr. Carl's Jr. does have good burgers. What I think is hilarious about Carl's Jr. is their big thing, like, that turned them around like 10 years ago was, hey, at Carl's Jr. you can get a $6 burger for only $2.99. Well, guess what? They're $6 burgers. They don't call them $6 burgers anymore because now they're $8.
Yeah.
But that was their big selling point. If you go to a restaurant, you're going to have to pay $6 for this. But at Carl's Jr., it's only $2.50.
You can go to like an actual restaurant and get quality stuff. Like, you can go to a Red Robin and then get like the portion sizes like three
Same
times.
price.
Yeah, for the same price.
Yeah. Go to Islands, unlimited fries, all that stuff. Yeah.
Oh, I was just thinking about Islands the other day because the shopping center by my house, there used to be an Islands there, and I was like, I don't know if Islands is going bankrupt.
They should. They're terrible.
Really?
Yeah, I don't
The
like
fries are
Islands.
amazing there.
They're just a lot of them. I don't know if they're good.
Also, get this. Can you believe that Islands does not serve Thousand Island dressing?
That's a crime.
Yeah, it's like you playing into the bit.
All right, here's a down segue. This is just taking. See, the thing is, we're going off a tree here.
Yeah,
right.
There's many branches. That's what happens on Island Time.
That's Island Time. That's right.
Yeah, we're on Island Time.
We're on Island Time talking about islands not serving Thousand Island
And the dugout.
in the dugout.
Yeah.
So, my friend Jed
Shout out.
and I were on a road trip to Chicago. We were driving from Chicago to Milwaukee to go see a baseball game. And we were hungry. We just got off the plane. We're driving up north. And whoever's watching this podcast, I mean, I'm fascinated with the different city life in different parts of the country. I mean, in Los Angeles, we live in Los Angeles area, even though we're in Orange County, but it's city for 250 miles. From San Clemente past Ventura, it's all city. There's no break. But when you're in other cities like Chicago, which is a huge city, you leave the city and you're in the country for a long period of time.
Yeah.
Pretty quickly. So anyway, we're driving up to Milwaukee. We're probably 30 minutes north of Chicago, not that far. And we pull off the road and figure, okay, we'll find a town. So we turn off, make a left, and it's just forest. I mean, this is 30 minutes outside of Chicago. You still probably see downtown. And we're in the forest. And then 10 minutes later, we're in a little small town that could have been Mayberry from, if you know what Mayberry is. It's just Pleasantville. You know, just a small town, one stoplight.
With good old values.
That's right, exactly. And we're in a 3-block town. Mm-hmm. And there's a lot of really good stories from our little visit there. We were there for probably 2 hours, took a walk around the town. And we went to a diner, which literally, it's a diner in the Midwest. And this is 2002, 2003, 2004, somewhere in there.
Post 9/11.
Yeah. Could have been, I'm pretty sure it was post 9/11. It might have been before. But what I'm saying is we're not talking about the 1960s. We're in modern times. Mm-hmm. And here we are in a one-light town, walking down the street, hardly any cars. And we go into a diner. And it's just one guy working. There must have been a chef in the back, his long bar and a couple, and pretty cool. So anyway, this is the fun part of the story.
Yeah, okay.
So Jed and I are deciding what we're going to eat. He's going to get something vegetarian, and then he gets something with fries. He must have got a veggie sandwich or whatever, and I get a pastrami sandwich with fries. Guy comes over. He's got one of those
little paper boy hat.
Yeah, exactly. And he's taking our order, and he goes, writing it down. No smile on his face. No, how you guys doing? Nothing. Just very matter of fact. All right, pastrami, fries, and I go. Kind of some Thousand Island on the side for my fries. I like Thousand Island on the side.
Yeah.
Can I have some Thousand Island on the side? You say it.
Can I have some Thousand Island on the side, please?
Are you from California? True story.
Wait, so did he ask you that because we refer it to in a different way, or do they have...
Because
they don't have
who puts Thousand Island on their fries?
And I mean, mayonnaise and ketchup doesn't sound like it's a post-2000 invention. Like...
Pickle relish too in there.
And relish, but like it should be commonplace.
It is commonplace. They had it for their salads. But he just hadn't heard anybody...
Salads?
Yeah, Thousand Island for their salad. Ranch, blue cheese. If I would have said ranch, he would have done the same thing. He would have said, are you from California? So, it was hilarious.
Damn.
My dad loved that joke, by the way.
Damn.
So anyway,
that's a killer.
Thousand Island to me is a great garnish for... But Islands doesn't have Thousand Island.
Yeah, no, it doesn't have Thousand Island. But, I mean, speaking of garnish, I mean, I feel like... I will say, though, mayo on its own, when you dip it in french fries, not bad.
What feeling is that?
What feeling is that? You know, it's a good feeling. It makes my mouth feel good and my stomach feel good. And then I think, wow, what a great combination. I think that combination is a little bit infallible with everything. No.
So I didn't even hear that. As soon as you said I feel, I lost it. So repeat one more time.
I don't even know where I was going with that, but yeah, no. Thousand Island though, I feel like that's a stellar combination, but I feel like what I was saying, mayo is pretty good on its own, dipping fries in it, but I mean, you can't beat the traditional dipping ketchup.
Agreed.
It's so sweet. But I don't know. I feel like with age, I don't have a desire to like use like fries or like dunk every little fry in like ketchup. Sometimes I like the saltiness of just the French fry, or depending on what kind of fry as well. Like if it's a sweet potato fry, I don't need anything. I just enjoy the sweet potato.
All right, we'll get back to fries in a second, but back to Del Taco. So that's mine. What's yours? What's your road trip? I gotta go there.
All right, this is it's out of left field. It's not like a super common place.
And again, this is just road trip time.
It is road trip, but I'd say Jersey Mike's.
All right, you like a good sandwich.
It's a good sandwich. You can choose what length you want. You can get a large one, and then if it's a long road trip, you can get that, and then you can save it for later. Or you can eat half and then save it for later. You have chips, that's good. And also, sandwich is a pretty good, like, if you're driving, it's a good road trip kind of food to eat.
It is. That's why burritos are good, too. But
yeah,
hamburgers are a little tougher. Fries, you kind of got to eat it. It's like you sit down for a meal, you got the burger and the fries, you're going to bite of the burger. So for me, when you're on the road, it's like all the fries, then the burger, you don't.
Mm-hmm, yeah, but I think the sandwiches are good.
Okay, but why Jersey Mike's?
Jersey Mike's because I don't support trophy hunting for Jimmy John's.
Okay, but you're leaving out the long-standing sandwich place ever.
Gonna say Subway?
I am.
Why No, there's better ingredients at Jersey Mike's. You can have it Mike's way. Wait, isn't that the Subway
Better ingredients, something.
No, that's Papa John's. Better ingredients, Papa John's.
Yeah, I mean, Jersey Mike's. I like sandwiches. Actually, the one that used to be the best and has kind of gone off by the wayside is Togo's.
Oh,
Togo's was fantastic.
Was it?
It was back in the day, but like any franchise, a lot of them have gone down. Like Subway, I don't go into anymore. Subway's, to me, it's so franchised off. And there's so many of them. You're flipping a coin when you go in there if it's going to be clean, if it's the people are going to be sanitary. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I will say every time I've been at Jersey Mike's, which is not a lot, it's been.
I feel like everyone who works at a Jersey Mike's are having the best day of their fucking life.
Yeah.
They're just like, all right, do you want a Mike's way? Hell yeah, I'm gonna douse this thing with vinegar.
Agreed. But it's kind of like when I used to go into, but this is what's happening with Chipotle too. Like some Chipotles go into and there's food all over the place, and then other Chipotles go in there and like they're in mint condition. Just bad business to not have it clean and fresh wherever you go. Because I'm a big Chipotle fan too.
Me too, but I think it's ridiculous how they increased their prices by 2%.
2%?
Yeah.
Only?
Yeah.
I mean, 2% wouldn't make much of a dent. Are you sure it was only 2%?
I'm pretty sure it was 2%.
I mean, $10, 2% would only be 20 cents.
Still though, I need to pull a CEO, whoever the CEO of Chipotle is, watch your back. That's satire.
Satire is a joke. He's not gonna about it.
Yeah, no. But
if you do somebody,
be the Jersey Mike's or no, the Jimmy John's
no,
guy.
I'm just saying if you somebody now, there's a record of you, and
It's satire.
I'll be famous because you have somebody, and they'll say, "Hey, on Island Time with in Coach Fitz's dugout, he said he was going to kill this guy, and now we have it on tape." And
well, this might be censored, might not be, for both our sakes, probably. But
I don't think we should censor any of it. We haven't said anything.
Yeah, allegedly in a video game.
Screw
in a video
the
game.
gypsies if they don't like chipped, I don't really care.
Yeah, in a video game though. But do you know what I'm talking about? The Jimmy John's guy trophy hunting.
No.
Apparently, I was told that he's a trophy hunter, which means that he shoots like
Animals for their pets.
Elephants and like sharks and whatnot. Mm-hmm. It is so insane. Like you can look up photos and like there's I don't know if it's TMI, but there's a picture of Jimmy John naked on a boat with a shark that he shot, and he's like hugging it and embracing it. I was like, this is why that hobby? Why CEO and Jimmy John's? Also, Jimmy John's, I'll say, it's just a worse version of Jersey Mike's.
That's yeah. I don't think I've been to a Jimmy John's. Maybe I do want to get back to your Jimmy John's story in a second, but I don't want to forget about Firehouse subs. Have you ever had a Firehouse sub?
I've heard the name.
It's pretty good.
Yeah?
Yeah, they're pretty legit.
Okay, I'll have to try that.
So the CEO thing, trophy hunting, I don't get at all, but to each his own, like, whatever.
What do you mean to each their own? Shooting an endangered species? Yeah, we blow out a little stress sometimes. Sometimes you need to kill something defenseless in order to get your high in life.
Endangered species, yes. I mean, there's so many other things to worry about. I guess what I'm saying is like, yeah, that's fucking disgusting. I would never do it. Mm-hmm. But I'm not going to go on a campaign about him shooting sharks because there's so many other things that go ahead of it. There's like 10,000 other things that are horrible that go ahead of it. Like, let's attack child molesters first, like human trafficking, and there's some other things that I would go in front of that we could do.
Well, yeah, just blatant crimes.
Yes,
yeah,
absolutely.
But like you got to think like the mentality to be like, hey, I'm the CEO of this major franchise. I have the resources to do whatever I want. What do I want to put it towards? Do I want to put it towards, aiding, institutions that have been doing a social justice for, the community for so long? Do I want to help minorities and people who have lower means than I do? No, I'm going to kill an elephant and then be like, yeah, I have all this ivory now.
Well, you bring up a great point. On one hand, we don't know if he's not doing the other things.
I guess we don't know. But then again, it's like you're negating this really insane hobby that you participate in, where it's like, but I also donate to this orphanage and this charity, and there's also.
Well, what if he donates billions of dollars to those things and he spends $1 million? So my argument to that point would be this: what you're saying, I agree with as far as if it's true. If he doesn't spend any money on the other things, easy, my Van Halen logo.
I got a disease.
If he only spends money on that stuff, then
Just over here. There you go.
that's crazy. I thought I was too close to it.
No, you're good.
So, but that's kind of a separate subject. Let's just assume first, for this standpoint, that he does give a lot of money to charity and he does this on the side. The stuff on the side you're talking about is stupid and ridiculous. And I have a theory on this. Okay, so, but this is like, I don't care that much though. Like, I'm not going to look at it from, oh, he could be doing this. He might be. We don't know he's not doing that. How do we know he's not spending? Like, if you're a rich person, and let's say I make $1 billion a year, right? So I have $1 billion and I have to spend it every year. I would spend probably $950 million on charity, and then the other $50 million on myself. If I had to spend it every year, $950 million on charity, and spend the other $50 million on myself, right?
That just seems like you're trying to balance your ethical side of how you portray yourself to the public with. This.
Are you talking about me or this guy?
I'm talking about that guy.
I know. Let me finish my point. I understand what you're saying. What I'm saying is I'm looking at myself and I'm saying, okay, let's say I had $1 billion. Now, first of all, I wouldn't spend $1 billion a year. But let's say I was forced to, right? You ever see that movie with Richard Pryor where he had to spend $30 million in a month to get his inheritance?
What movie was that?
It's called Brewster's Millions.
Okay.
Anyway.
Continue.
So, I mean, I could go off on another tangent right now, but I won't. So let's say I had to spend $1 billion a year.
Okay.
Okay. I would probably spend $950 million feeding the homeless and working on things that would help our world. And then I would probably spend $50 million on myself.
Okay. Yeah.
Like renting a beach house and, living somewhere
Yeah.
extravagant, going on boat rides and doing stuff. I wouldn't kill sharks or elephants.
Yeah.
But I don't think there's anything wrong also with me spending money and having a good time for whatever I've earned. Now, on the other part of it, that's that part of it. The other part of it I think is interesting is this. If you are someone that is extremely rich, I do believe it's hard to be based in reality. It's kind of like, I wish I could quote it exactly, but in the Bible about a rich man going to heaven and the eye through the needle and all that stuff. You know which verse I'm talking about in the Bible?
No, but continue.
Basically just said it's really hard for a rich guy to go to heaven. And I look at rich people that are born rich and what disasters they are. And they have to find meaning in their life. And it's not through God. So a lot of times they go on these crusades that are just absolutely ridiculous. They have no idea what they're talking about, but it's almost like they feel guilty for being rich. Or I look at these people that have all the money in the world and they're like, just watch a housewife show. These people are absolutely fucking miserable. And they have everything given to them in life. They have nothing to complain about. But they have to find their own self-worth. And I see these athletes that have it all, and God's given them this great ability. It's not because they're a better person than anybody. It's because they're 6'4", run like the wind, and have these innate abilities. They have to work at it.
Athletes are very much in a different ballpark when it comes to their wealth compared to someone who like acquired or inherited or trust fund baby, because they just
Agreed.
push it. Yeah.
But they still have a false sense of self because they grow up in a world where everybody kisses their ass because they know they're going to be really good, or because they're getting themselves out of something. If those people aren't surrounded by people that put them in their place and say, hey, you're just my brother, you're just a person, just because you're like, I look at your sister or this person that we don't know, and she's got incredible head on her shoulder, but she's always been really good, but she didn't let that get to her head around everybody else. She's just her, right? So what I'm saying is I've seen a lot of people in those, either they inherited wealth or everybody's kissed their ass their whole life, and then they don't have a real sense of self because they don't have a center. I don't know how to explain it better.
No, I understand exactly where you're coming from. There's a part of humility that people need to learn when it comes to just dealing with life, when it comes to being instilled values when you're growing up as a child, and then when you're entering kind of like the real world, when you're like in middle school or high school, to where you learn about the social hierarchy of life when it comes to that. And then there's college, where there's another social hierarchy, and then there's the workforce, to where there's a social hierarchy in that as well. And then you compare yourself to why is that person getting a promotion when I do all this? And you learn your self-worth. There's doubt in the mix as well, that most people who aren't born in, I guess, riches discover for themselves, rather than being like, all right, well, I'm born with worth and whatnot. So there's that. But yeah, it's all about humility and seeking out values that most everybody can relate to, but you can't relate to yourself if that's not.
It's also having to do with self-worth and self-esteem.
Yeah.
I'll give you an example. If you have two people, the same situation, and I've seen this happen over a period of time, and I know there's been studies on it too. You have one parent, another parent, two separate families. One parent decides to buy their child a car. The other parent says you have to work and buy your own car. 90% of the time, I'll tell you, the one that they gave the car to will not take nearly as good of that car as the person that worked and bought the car. Mm-hmm. There's some self-worth and self-esteem, and there's some there's lack of it on the other end. Mm-hmm. I've seen that happen in so many different ways. And again, it goes back to the rich people. There's so many examples. You see these rich people that are heavy into drugs because they don't have satisfaction, and there's an emptiness there because they haven't earned what they're doing and they feel empty.
Well, yeah, there's definitely an emptiness in those cases, but I've met people who are crazy, stupid wealthy, grossly wealthy.
Right.
I have a friend who was born in Japan and then went to school in India, and had all private school Indian, private school, all boys or whatever, and then they would have parties every weekend where his schoolmates would buy a Bentley and then destroy it in front of everybody. It's like, yeah, we're destroying this. And then I'm just chilling out in this little townhouse with all my other college roommates. I'm like, all right, well, all right, I'm gonna go eat my 99-cent ramen noodles in my kitchen right now. But I see that and I'm just all like, okay. I hear stories like that. I'm like, this is insane. I can't understand the level of that. But then, there's always those people who grew up with good means, and then they meet people, and then they're genuinely interested in what people have to say, and they're not letting their status of what they grew up into cloud their vision of just, okay, how do I be a good person?
They're raised right.
Yeah.
Right? Once
nature versus nurture.
Absolutely. I know plenty of people that have money, but they raise their kids right, and I believe a lot of it has to be with God, being God-centered and not self-centered, and this life is just not, success is fine, and being successful, making money, there's nothing wrong with it. But if you are growing up in a society or in a household or in a culture that money and this life is the most important thing, and we're better than other people because we have money, right there, you're in trouble, right? It's just like celebrities.
Yeah.
I listen to celebrity, that's one of my big protests about celebrities is I believe that they believe they know what's best for us.
You believe that they know what's best for... Yeah.
When they make statements about any political thing, they truly believe they know better than we do. Because they think because of their status in the world and entertainment and money, they've convinced themselves that they're more important. They would never say that out loud, but the way they talk to other people, and the way they talk to people, and the way they get on their high horse, someone like George Clooney, the way he talks in an interview about, he has disdain for people that disagree with him. There's just idiots there, this or that, or the other thing. It's so disrespectful to other people.
Well, okay, George Clooney is one example. I can see that is nudie, whatnot, but I have this comparison in my head. at least George Clooney has like a talent. Like, okay, that's kind of bullshit to put your faith in what celebrities have to say about how the common person is living their life and that whatnot. But
right, before you said it, but I'm not even saying that. I'm just saying in his head, the way he talks.
Yes, yeah, it's an air of importance.
And by the way, I love George Clooney as an actor. Like,
yeah.
I love it. He does some of my favorite movies. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the way that he expresses himself. He says things with disdain for others.
Mm-hmm.
That's
true.
Completely disrespectful.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
But I will say, okay, George Clooney says what he says, but like, he has a talent that he's given out, the acting. And the only reason why I bring that up is because there are people, like you're saying, to where they have a disdain of a group of people they have in their mind that they directly address, like, on their podcast in a public way. And I bring that up because there is this circle of, like, all of Joe Rogan's friends who all have their podcasts, who are raking in millions of dollars just from ad reads from their podcasts. And they say, hey, poor people suck. Like, why are they, like, complaining all the time? Like, hey, I'm just talking about my Rolex and my cars on my podcast. Get your money up. Stop complaining, okay? When all their act is like fart jokes and, like, talking about, oh, my shit is, like, really big. Wow. And so, like, I don't know if you noticed, but there's, like, a very big percentage of comedians who just talk about, like, how, oh yeah, I'm killing it. Like, yeah, wow, this extravagant lifestyle. Like, George Clooney can talk about that and being like, oh yeah, you know, I've honed my craft. I've worked at it. Like,
no doubt.
Yeah, and then that. But like, if a comedian is saying that kind of stuff who has an air of importance over everybody else, when really the comedian's job is supposed to be like, hey, don't relate on this thing. Like, I have this thought in my head about this certain thing we're going on. Like, don't you relate to me about that?
Well, I think you said two things that are really meaningful there. One is the air of importance is a really good, and humility is the other one, right?
Yeah.
Like, you said Joe Rogan's friends, but I listen to Joe Rogan and I don't see that in Joe Rogan. But maybe we'll disagree on Joe Rogan, and you'll have to give me some examples for our next podcast.
Okay, I'll keep it there. If I'm gonna,
you should show me some clips and we'll talk about it more in detail.
Oh, I got clips to show you.
I'm fine. I'm good.
There are several YouTube channels that are dedicate their time into watching Joe Rogan and his friends' podcast, and it completely, like, decimating their points and how they're all hypocrites and how they try to.
Well, it's easy to decimate anybody's points with fake news, but
no, it's real. It's what they say about themselves, and it's
I got you. Oh, yeah. I would love to hear it. I'd love to hear it because I admire. I mean, Joe Rogan has built an empire, and he's been very successful. But I also see him as a hard worker. So maybe I'm misinterpreting that.
I mean, have you seen his stand-up?
No,
it's horrible.
Well, I'm sure, but
he
hasn't made his money off his stand-up. He's made his money off his podcast.
He is very
and the UFC.
And UFC, all of that.
But I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm saying I haven't seen it, so I'd love to see it. And
yeah.
That is that air of importance, or I don't care what your craft is, like, for you to say, unless you're in politics in itself, for you to say that, like, anybody is disgusting for believing what they believe, especially if it's rooted in fact, is wrong. And the air of importance, like Ricky Gervais just tore all of Hollywood a new one a few years ago, and even Bill Maher, who I disagree with on a lot of things, at least he tries to get the truth, and he, like, calls shit for shit and doesn't just take one end of it. Because I'm so sick of seeing people say shit that's just, they're just in politics in general, seeing political people just, I'm gonna say this because fuck the other guys.
That's all politics is now.
I know,
but it's kind of fun. I don't know. I treat politics like it's like a game, like a reality show now. I remember on election night, I was hanging out with my friends and we're all watching, like, the results and whatnot. And I bought a giant bottle of champagne and McDonald's with me. And I was like, all right, this would be a great time. All right. And then I was like, yo, we don't want to watch the election. We're watching SpongeBob instead. I'm like, we got to have the election up. And then we put a screen up and I was like, oh, wow. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. This is, like, going every which way. And I was like, wow, okay, this is crazy. But, like, what was the 2016? That was
insane.
It was insane. It was funny. It was just wild how things went. And then 2020, the tides turned, and then you're like, okay, wow, this is crazy. Like, this is gonna like going in a whole different way. I thought it was gonna be blue again, but then it's like, oh wow, okay. Then we, not since Grover Cleveland, but we're not gonna get into it. Even though this channel is political journalism, we're not getting.
No, we're not getting into it. But I did predict he was. I mean, I watched the polls every day, and I knew what was going to happen. Yeah, because actually, it was a Democrat strategist that said before the election. It's a guy that ran Clinton's campaigns. James Carville is his name, and he said, "Look, when you look at the polls, and I don't like James Carville,
the Raging Cajun."
Yeah, he said if you look at the polls, you need to correct him by at least 3% for Trump, because people won't admit that they're voting for Trump when they are. So I knew he was going to win. I was pretty positive, actually. I should have bet on it, but yeah, I don't want to get into the political part either. It's just
Also,
back. It's just back to the point of. I mean, it goes into a lot of different things. If you,
it's kind of crazy too that people are betting on the election.
I know.
I'm like, okay, like I'm all like for like, oh, what do you guess? But I was like, that's kind of like, it feels a little dirty to be like, yeah, who's gonna be the leader of the free world right now? It's like I got $50 on it. It's like, no way. That feels like ugh.
You know, I'm trying to. I saw a quote by Keanu Reeves recently, who said that I'm too old to argue with people anymore. If they tell me 1 + 1 is 5, then
Terrence Howard.
Good for you, you know. But for me, I'm trying that as well, and I'm trying not to let things bother me. However, when it affects the law and it affects things that actually happen, like something happened in California this week, then you're like, oh shit, I guess I do have to care about that kind of stuff.
When it directly affects you, it's like, okay, now it's my problem.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
and now we got to do something about it. So
yeah.
Anyway, PJ.
Should we go back? Should we?
My subject.
Yeah, your subject.
It's my turn.
Yeah.
So.
What a smooth segue.
Smooth segue. We go like to a significant subject, which is ranking fries.
Ranking fries, like, but like, okay. Ooh,
so number one, like, I'm going to eat fries. I can have them from anywhere. Number one.
Number one. Anywhere.
Favorite fry. Yeah, can be anywhere.
I'm gonna do
restaurant fries, fast food fries.
I'm gonna. I don't know. Is this like a restaurant or?
It can be.
I feel like it should be.
But it's gotta be something known.
It should be. It can't be like a.
It can't be a one-off fry place. You can honorable mention the one-off fry place later.
Okay.
Like I did with Billy Q's and Domenico's.
I'm gonna save that for later. But I feel like number one fry. I don't know. I feel like it's a hard time. If you can't beat Wendy's fries, I feel like Wendy's fries.
Wendy's is number one. For
yeah.
PJ. That's okay.
Why? Do you have any contention behind that?
I would not go Wendy's. I haven't had Wendy's fries in a really long time. Wendy's is on.
Why?
They're on the outs with me. I never look at Wendy's and go, yeah, I want to go there. I rarely go to a hamburger place unless it's In-N-Out. So.
Yeah.
So.
Well,
they're good. Explain what a Wendy's fry looks like.
Well, Wendy's fries, it's not like, a shoestring fry like you see at McDonald's. It doesn't taste like, a piece of shit like Carl's Jr.
Yeah.
I honestly forget what a Jack in the Box fry is like.
Jack in the Box is pretty much a shoestring fry.
But they do have curly fries.
They do. The curly fries aren't bad, yeah.
They stand out in that way.
They do.
I feel like Wendy's is like a classic, like, it's salty, tastes.
Is it a straight fry?
It's a straight fry.
Is it a string fry? Is it a steak fry?
It's kind of like it feels like a hybrid between a steak fry and a shoestring fry, where it's not like, you pick one up and it's like, what are we doing here? Like, this is like air. No, it has a significant feel to it and weight to it. I enjoy that. I'm trying to think, what are some other, but like, then you have.
You went one. I get to go.
All right, yeah.
Number one, then you go to number two, right?
All right, you go what your number one is.
Okay, mine's a tough one. I'm picking between two. The problem is, do you like crispy fries? Do you like soft fries? Do you like,
Well, okay, that
crinkly fries? Like Del Taco has a crinkly fry. They have a good fry. They're very salty.
Oh, well, okay. Think about this. What about the Taco Bell fries?
I don't. I'm anti Taco Bell.
Well, okay, Pepsi. We get their part of the fascists.
I've never
Taco
had
Bell.
a fry at Taco Bell. Having fries is not. It's Taco Bell. Like
You say the same about Del Taco.
no, Del Taco is an all-American Mexican place. Taco Bell is its own entity. They're Mexican. They're okay. So Del Taco is what I call American Mexican, right? They're American Mexican food because you go to Mexico, you don't get a taco with a hard shell, right?
But you do when you go to Mexico. You can get a California burrito.
That's correct.
Yeah.
Okay, but does Taco Bell has potato fries that are made out of potatoes, or
But
those
it's a seasonal thing
okay?
where they don't do it all the time, but when they do, it's pretty good. Okay.
Pretty good is not a favorite.
But it's good. It ranks up higher than Carl's Jr. and I dare say Jack in the Box.
Okay.
Even though I just said previously that it's been a minute since I've had Jack in the Box, but I can confidently say it is better.
But again, it's not top 5.
Then what are okay? Let's go through the top 5. Okay.
For me, I'm gonna give you my top 2.
Okay.
I'm gonna if I have to go. First of all, I love Wingstop fries.
Wingstop fries?
Oh, they're fantastic. But here's the thing. Wingstop fries go bad after about 15 minutes. You have to eat them almost right away.
Well, then we got to put in the conversation. What is a fry that stays good after 15 minutes? Because you can say the same about McDonald's fries because they just taste like cardboard.
Well, but you can. I don't know because the Wingstop fries are a little bit thicker than the McDonald's fries. They're seasoned.
Oh yeah,
and they're not crispy, but they do have a cook to them that's really nice. I don't know. When I get a hot, they're only good when they're hot. And a lot of fries are still good when they're warm.
Mm-hmm.
Wingstop fries are not good when they're just lukewarm. They have to be hot to be good.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll put that number 2 because number 1 is good still when it's lukewarm, and that is In-N-Out extra well done fries.
Extra well done.
Actually, not well done. Extra well done fries. They're first of all, they're fresh. You see them put the potato through the thing. They cook them fresh and they deep fry them. They do it.
That's true. I guess that's a good component to add in with In-N-Out.
They're fresh.
They're the fresh fry, and
they're never frozen, never put in a bag. Go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's a good component to put in. But okay, I have not. I don't even remember the last time I had Wingstop, but I want to try it. But you put in a good point where it's that kind of Cajun seasoning that they put on fries. I think that's goated. That's a goated move. They kind of do that at Lazy Dog.
I had Lazy Dog Cajun fries last night.
Good,
they
right?
Were good.
Did you ask for dog sauce?
I didn't. I gotta ask for dog sauce next time.
Equal, if not better than Thousand Island.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, I gotta try it.
Yeah.
They came with a Cajun sauce.
I think that's what it is. I think that's what the dog sauce
is. It's like
is.
A Cajun Chipotle sauce.
Yeah, it's like a Chipotle. That's what Chipotle
mayo, like a Chipotle mayo.
Yeah, that's what I thought the dog sauce was. But then I was gaslit into thinking that's what it was. But then the lady's like, "What are you talking about? What is dog sauce?" But yeah, no.
So In-N-Out extra well done fries, and I like the spread.
The spread.
I always ask for spread and ketchup.
Oh yeah.
So half spread, half.
What about
ketchup.
animal fries?
Animal fries are okay, but I never get them.
Why? Is it just too much?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just like the fries crispy and straight up.
I can't deal with I feel like they're In-N-Out. Okay, I'm not knocking In-N-Out fries. It's a good fry. It's a good complimentary, a side for a hamburger. I feel like it's classic. But if I were to get fries on its own, because there's some places where you can I'm just gonna get the fries and then I'm satisfied.
Yeah.
You could say I just thought of this now. Five Guys fries.
Okay, and I would add on to that. Now this is a little bit more local, and there's only a few of them. The place with the great pastrami. I don't even remember the name of it. It's there's one in Brea and there's one in L.A.
Oh, the Hat.
The Hat fries are.
They don't skimp out.
They do not skimp out.
They give you a bucket full.
But that's a chili fry place too. I almost always go chili fries when I go there. But those are thick fries. They're well done. They last for a long time. Just when you go to In-N-Out, you got to try the well done or the extra well done fry. It's freaking good.
I had a friend who got their wisdom teeth taken out, and when you get your wisdom teeth taken out, you can't really eat hard food. So she would get soft soft fries from In-N-Out, and they would just be snacking on that. And I was like, what the that sounds so freaky.
Okay, so where else? I think the Del Taco Crinky fries are good.
You know what? I can't deny that. I have nostalgia with Del Taco fries. I think it's good. I miss when they served it in a cup. That was sick. I like that. And I feel like a good salty, good crispy, and like you said before, like even if it's like a little underdone, or even if time passes and like they lose their heat, I feel like it's still quality.
I concur. Mm-hmm. I think it's good quality too. It tastes good.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
No feelings there. On the other hand, the chicken places, like, I just think the fries at Chick-fil-A are just I think the fries at...
What about Cane's?
Same. I actually even worse.
Really? They also have crinkle cut fries, right?
Yeah, they're fine. They're whatever. They're not the same. I mean, the only reason to go to Cane's is for the sauce.
That's true.
I mean...
Yeah, I would argue that Cane's is not even that good fried chicken.
No, it's just the sauce.
If you need the sauce in order to have the full complete meal, you're not getting the full, the best experience.
Then KFC has like the potato wedges. I'm out on potato wedges.
Yeah, that's like for a barbecue. That's right. Like, I don't like that. It's too much potato too.
If you really want good fries, and people are too lazy to do this, what you really need to go to is any place called World's Best Burgers. I talk about this about.
Oh yeah, we said that last time.
Charlie's, Best Burgers, Tam's, Tom's, whatever. Any local place that does a grill.
Mm-hmm. Or charbroiled burger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They'll grill the burger and you get the fries. Those fries are good, and you can always do chili fries. And actually, anytime you have one of those places, it's the only place you should ever get onion rings. You should never get onion rings at a fast food place.
I agree.
Always get onion rings at the World's Best Burger place.
Mom and pop shops. Yeah, exactly. Now, let me tell you this. What are your opinions on poutine?
Okay, this is hilarious to me.
So funny.
So funny. First of all, how many of you out there know what poutine is?
I feel like a good audience amount.
Is that how you feel?
Yeah, I
What
feel.
feeling is that?
I
What
think
feeling is
that the
that?
audience has a good amount of knowledge on it.
So I did not know what poutine was.
Since when?
My whole life until June of this year. Now,
What?
My whole life until June of this
Yeah,
year.
I got a freaking microphone, the headset to it. But what happened in June?
I went to Canada.
Oh, okay. You went to the source?
Yeah. That's like the only food that's Canada's, right?
Yeah.
Canada has no food. Except for poutine. All I saw was poutine. So what is poutine? I still don't know what it is. Isn't it like fries with gravy?
Fries with gravy and cheese curds.
That's disgusting.
It's good. It's basically animal fries.
I don't like gravy, though.
And it depends on the gravy. Okay? You can't just go from the packet from the store and then do that. But when you get the proper cheese curds, the proper fry, and good gravy, it's a mix. And there was actually in LA and in NorCal, there was a chain of like restaurants where it was just exclusively poutine. Yeah. I mean, I don't have to say it any further.
I don't think
they went out of
survived.
business.
Yeah.
They did. I'll just say that before I go any further. But no, they had customized where you can like. What was really good about that is that they included fries, gravy, cheese curds, but they also put like roasted bell peppers and like meat in there. And I was like, this is amazing. This is great.
Yeah.
It's basically like a deconstructed like California burrito.
It just, the gravy throws me off.
Are you not big on gravy?
I don't like gravy.
No?
Even with my mashed potatoes, like my mom and my wife both make mashed potatoes with sour cream and cream cheese. It does not need gravy. They bake it. It's fantastic. But I've never been a gravy guy. I don't put gravy on anything. But I would just think that gravy makes the fries soggy. There's nothing worse to me than a soggy fry. I love the fry. I mean, I love the fried potato. Fries, tater tots, hash browns. Give me some good fried potatoes and I'm in. But gravy?
Oh, I mean, you can say that about like, people who, I mean, you can say that about spread on like, fries too.
No, but you dip in the spread. I dip in the spread.
Yeah,
I don't
you're
put
that.
the spread. I dip in the spread.
Well, at least we're not like, psychopaths that like when they get like a basket of fries, they like squeeze ketchup on it and then they're like, oh, I'm going to pick around that. That's
No,
that's
that's
insane
disgusting.
mode. Yeah.
Agreed.
I don't like that at all.
So, can you think of any other good fry?
I'm trying to think of the chains because, like, Five Guys is kind of out there. It's kind of like, but a good complimentary fry to the meal is kind of new. It's have you had Dave's Hot Chicken?
No.
It's good.
Not a big hot chicken guy.
Why?
It just doesn't. It's like chicken and waffles don't sound good to me either.
Really?
Yeah.
It's fun. I think that's like a novelty, unless like
A lot of people like it.
unless you're like raised with it. I know it's like it's comfort food, soul food.
I mean, I guess I'd rather have buffalo wings.
Yeah,
If I want
buffalo.
hot chicken, I'll get buffalo wings, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah. Buffalo wings is the move, pretty much. But
I mean, there's a lot of food out there that I could try. I mean, I don't think I'll ever be a chicken and waffle guy. It just sounds It sounds like Will Ferrell putting syrup on spaghetti to me. But
yeah,
but maybe the hot chicken I should try. So Dave's Hot Chicken has good fries.
Dave's Hot Chicken has good fry. Crinkle cut. It complements the. I would recommend getting the sliders. Those are really good, and also way better than Cane's because Cane's doesn't even like. It doesn't even dabble in spice or seasonings and
Right.
whatnot. It's so good and the coleslaw is good too with sliders.
All right, so you have to try Wingstop fries and In-N-Out extra well done fries, and I
Okay.
need to try Wendy's fries.
Yeah, Wendy's.
All right.
And also, speaking of prices earlier, when we were talking about, chains and whatnot, Wendy's still has like the $5 biggie bag.
Yeah, prices in general have been going crazy. Del Taco's not too bad.
Del Taco's good. Del Taco's a people's.
When I'm eating well, I'll eat lunch every day at El Pollo Loco, and I get the double chicken avocado salad, which is only 360 calories. I don't put dressing in it. But I used to be able to get that with the drink for $10, $11. Now it's like 18.
Jeez.
I mean, it's like a 60% upkick.
You know what's a good salad from a place that probably like doesn't break the bank? CPK,
What's CBK?
California Pizza Kitchen.
Oh, CPK.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, they have a barbecue chicken salad.
All right.
Really dank.
Dank?
Yeah, dang. That means good.
Okay.
It has the W Riz, okay?
Dank sounds bogus.
No, dank is good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dank sounds like stink.
That has stank, bro. It's a good stank.
Stink is bad. All right. Well, that's it for today.
Yeah. We were at 52 minutes. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good. All right. Yeah, I think we hit a lot of points. We did a really good transition from fast food road trip to politics and people's values and being closer to God back to French fries.
I thought so.
That was a good, yeah. But
This is what Island Time's all about.
That's what on Island Time. Don't follow a formula script. It's all on Island Time, baby. Island Time.
Are you from California?
No, I'm from Jamaica,